on in this country for forever, but especially during the Trump administration. Trump talking about the Kung flu and all these things. We've had pieces on HuffPost Personal over the last 4 years about how Asian people don't feel safe in this country, especially because of Trump and his rhetoric. So all of this just sort of came to a head in Georgia, and we should be talking about all of it.
And I want to talk about the issue of sex workers, too, because this became an issue among progressives and people on the left and people who are well-meaning as well. This discussion about massage parlors. These were massage parlors. One of them said an aromatherapy spa. I think that I haven't read that much about each one of the three, but I think they all have services that are, what people would say are run-of-the-mill type of things to help people with wellness or whatever, aromatherapy. And then there may also be sexual activity and, people getting a massage and people having sex or whatever. Okay. And so there are sex workers. And there were people who were saying you shouldn't focus on that because by doing that, you're demeaning the victims and you're blaming the victims because you're giving sort of a tarnish to them that they were doing something bad or illegal, and so you shouldn't bring that up. And then there were other people saying that's shaming. That is shaming sex workers. And then there was a third group, and I just want to point this out, who were saying, well, neither of those things matter because the people who were killed were, like, one guy was just walking by, one woman was there for the first time with her husband, one woman was a woman who cleans up and opens the doors. Like, it's not clear anybody was even a massage therapist or a sex worker. So there are people saying, like, it really doesn't matter. And these were all different conflicting things, and some Asian American groups were saying one thing, and some were saying another, and some progressive groups were saying this, and I'm sure you followed all this.
Yeah, and I think it speaks to the fact that, again, this is so complicated, but I think regardless of who was murdered and maybe the exact motivation, there is still this sort of phantom of sex work hanging over this, and I think that we would be remiss if we didn't take this opportunity to talk about that as well. I mean, I think we take every opportunity that we have to not talk about sex work, and I think that right now is the time to talk about it too. And I think that we should be pulling all of this out of the shadows. We should be talking